and mute are disabled for now. When we get to the end for questions, we can work through unmuting people if we have questions that need to be asked live. We do have Stephanie Cohen online today who will be managing the chat function. So if you have questions, feel free to just drop those in chat and Stephanie can help out with those. We have a few other staff members who can also maybe jump in and answer some questions pertaining to different areas of the state. We have our executive directors of the Tennessee, Delaware, and Texas chapter online as well. And I know that we have a few of our affiliate leaders online. So if there are questions regarding states that they might be in charge of, they can always reach out to me and get the information to be able to contact you. Just a second to see if anybody else is joining. And Stephanie will be adding everybody as they are. And this will be recorded today. So after the webinar, we'll send that out along with some of the links that we talk about today. So I don't want to wait too long. I know we have a ton to cover. So I am just going to jump in. And again, welcome you all for being here today as we get ready to launch into Brain Injury Awareness Month. This organization, if you don't know a lot about the Brain Injury Association of America, we were founded in 1980 by Marilyn Spivak after her daughter experienced a brain injury. Marilyn quickly learned that knowledge about, treatment for, and resources for brain injury were scarce, and BIAA was founded out of a mother's love and her desire to help others. Over the last 45 years, BIAA has become the voice of brain injury. And by joining us today, you also are a voice for brain injury. Whether you are a caregiver, a survivor, a professional, you are all playing a role to make sure that none of our voices are silenced. Today, we will cover a little bit about why BIAA matters, being a voice for brain injury, the Brain Injury Awareness Month Toolkit, how to tell your story, engaging with your circle of influence, and the incentives and timelines, which I am trying to wear as many of as I can today. We do want to discuss during this time, one, we need to state that we cannot provide medical advice or information on this call. For more information regarding care or resources, please contact the National Brain Injury Information Center at 1-800-444-6443. I'm going to have that on just about every slide for the next few. So if you missed it here, you can grab it on one of the next slides. Today, we'll really be covering how to get involved with the Brain Injury Association of America, with any of your local affiliates or chapters, and how to get involved with Awareness Month and our I Am the Voice of Brain Injury campaign. Who we serve. BIAA does try to be here for anyone impacted by brain injury. So it's survivors of brain injury as we figure out our new normal and where are the resources, how do we navigate all of these new avenues that we have to explore. We also serve healthcare professionals, ensuring that our professionals know how to treat brain injury. And then caregivers, it's a big role to play. And we want to be here to support them as well as they are learning about how they can give care, how they can support their loved ones. And also just having the knowledge for both brain injury survivors and caregivers that you are not alone. We are here with you. We are here to help you. What we do. We focus on 6 areas: prevention, awareness, research, treatment, education, and advocacy. We focus on prevention because we want to prevent as many brain injuries as possible. That starts with sharing what a brain injury is and how they happen. We focus on awareness because we want the survivor to feel understood and accepted. 81% of Americans don't realize that a concussion is a brain injury, and many also don't realize that a stroke is a brain injury. The general public doesn't understand the challenges that brain injured individuals face on a daily basis. Research is critical. We want to understand the brain and how it works so that rehabilitation can be optimized. Many of our founders and our founding board members really got into this field because we didn't understand the brain well enough make sure that we are preventing them, that we are treating them, and we're getting everybody back on a road to healing. Early treatment is imperative, as well as the follow-up care and rehabilitation. I know we have a lot of OTs and PTs on this call today as well, and we're here for you as well. In order for survivors to have the best possible care, brain injury specific training is really important for healthcare providers. Why BIAA matters. Talking about the prevalence and the fact that the general public doesn't necessarily understand all of the ways the brain can be injured. More than 1 in 4 Americans have experienced a brain injury during their lifetime or will, such as a stroke, a TBI, or concussion. There are lots of different ways that we need to make sure everyone is aware of what a brain injury is and how we can help support them. We focus on national and local advocacy, information and referrals, brain injury education for survivors and caregivers, and healthcare professional education. Now into the I Am a Voice for Brain Injury campaign. I am so excited about this campaign, and our marketing team has put together some great resources to make sure that it isn't just BIAA saying we're the voice for brain injury, but you are. We want you to share your story as we share ours, and be that voice. Speak up with advocacy. Use your voice to make change and make sure that Congress and our state legislatures know how they can continue supporting all of us. So thank you for being here today. This month is truly powered by you, your voices, your story, your advocacy, and your fundraising. Today, we'll walk through how each of us can make a meaningful impact in March. Being a voice for brain injury is recognizing that what you say and why you say it has the power to educate, inspire, and create change. Every one of us has a different connection to brain injury, but when we speak up, we collectively shine a light on an issue that's too often misunderstood and invisible. I know oftentimes we hear that as we're talking to people who engage with us, that it's just nice to feel heard and seen, because a lot of times it is invisible. You become a voice when you share your experience, your questions, your challenges, or your hopes. You become a voice when you help others understand what brain injury looks like in real life, the recovery, the resilience, the caregiving, the setbacks, and the victories. When you speak up, you're not only telling your story, you're helping thousands of survivors and families feel seen and supported. How to share your story. Sharing your story is the single most powerful tool we have. It's also very, I'll use the word vulnerable. I feel vulnerable when I tell my story. People connect with real experience though, your journey, your family's journey, or even why you care. When you share, you amplify awareness, reduce stigma, and inspire others to join you in advocating for brain injury survivors. Every voice adds strength to the movement. That's why we've built, because it's difficult, because it makes us feel vulnerable. That's why we've built this toolkit. And I know our marketing team is on today, so I'm giving a big shout out to them. There's a whole toolkit, which we will send out after, if you've not found it already, on our Awareness Month page, that gives us tips, tools, templates, graphics, sample posts that you can really make your own. It's nice to have some of that language just ready for you, and then you can twist the angle to how brain injury has impacted you. So thank you to the marketing team for creating these. There are also posters if you want to post things in your local Starbucks or on Facebook, on social media, in emails, wherever you want to. The marketing team created something for you. And then how to share your story. I think that's always a really difficult thing for me too. Where I'm telling my story, how much do I share? So on social media, it's 2 to 4 sentences about my experience, about how I got here, about why this matters to me. Same thing in a letter or email. You know, you get those emails, you've probably gotten some from me, that are very, very long, and you start kind of zoning out and not paying attention anymore. So 2 to 4 short paragraphs in a letter or email. And then for your fundraising page, if you are to start one, and we hope you do, About 200 to 400 words is helpful. And then you can always continue posting as we go through Awareness Month and beyond. Updates. Where's your fundraising at? What did our national conference do that day? What did we post that day? Sharing those. So you can continue updating those, but to tell your story the first time, if it's long and share it. Those that love you and want to be engaged, absolutely will. But if you can hit the high points and then maybe a couple days later, hit some more, tell your journey. You can do that as well. Another time during Awareness Month that I post, because I am doing a fundraiser, is when I start hitting my goals. So when I hit 100 and got my shirt, when I hit 250 and got my socks, posting those. And then also every time someone donates, if they are connected with me on social media, I tag them and thank them so everybody knows that they've helped out and they've stepped up. Being a voice for brain injury. So going into fundraising, at which we fundraise because all of the great things we do does take money to get these things done. To put on our conferences, to make sure that we're bringing together the professionals into some of our conferences. We need to have the funding to be able to amplify our voice, your voice, and everybody out there's voice. So we fundraise, and it's a fun experience. And I know if you haven't done it before, it can be really daunting. So we do also have toolkits to go along with how to fundraise. And there is a page in the overall toolkit that will get you to some of the right places. And we can talk about it a little more, whether it's starting your own team or just doing it on your own. Becoming an advocate. This is really important right now, specifically as we go into our National Brain Injury Conference and Awareness Day on March 9th through 11th. This is a day for us to bring together. We only have a couple spots left. We'll have over 250 people in Washington, D.C., learning how to tell their story, how to write to your elected officials, how to go into that office, knock on that door, and talk about why brain injury matters. Lawmakers respond to real stories, and your experience guides policy. You help protect funding for brain injury services nationwide. I know as we're looking at the TBI Act being reauthorized, a lot of that is also funding, making sure that funding is going to the right places and research and care and state funds. So I know I just talked a lot about national, but when we look at the states in your state, there are bills being introduced in Tennessee, in Texas, and across the country. And we need you to be able to tell that story to your lawmakers. What it looks like from here, there are the Become an Advocate page. Those are all links to download too. How to advocate, how to write an email campaign, but also sign up for the action alerts at BIAA. It is a great tool that gets sent out and you just type in your name, where you live. It attaches to your elected officials and you can send it off pretty easily. Want to make sure we point this out. There are only a few spots left, but if you have not registered and you are in the DC area or you want to go to DC, make sure to reach out to conferences@biausa.org. It is a wonderful time, I know, for survivors, caregivers, professionals, our staff to come together and really see in action why we all do what we do. Outreach. Going back into there are 3 toolkits actually. If you go into any of the toolkits, we have tried to create things that are as easy as possible for you to reach out, whether it's your friends, your family, your lawmakers, your social media networks. We want to make sure that you have everything you need. Many supporters want to help you, and they want to help you reach your personal milestones. You can use texting if you're logged in on your phone. You can use emails, you can use LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure that you're posting and keeping people up to date, not just if you're doing a fundraising campaign, but what's happening on the Hill, what's happening with BIAA. Did you get your certified brain injury specialist certification? Things that are great on LinkedIn. So turn each of these points in time into something that make others see what you're doing and see what BIA is doing. Turn each incentive into a mini goal too. I do that where I want to get my shirt and then I want to get my water bottle. And make sure that those posts also in outreach, I'm focusing on the next little bit that can raise money, and then post each time you hit it. There is a deadline coming up with incentives, or two deadlines. So the first one is early fundraising. Early fundraising deadline is actually February 23rd because we want to make sure you've got your shirt on, your water bottle in hand, your socks on during Awareness Month and some of your posts. So we do have the February 23rd at noon Eastern Daylight Time is the early deadline to receive your code. You'll receive a code. You can go on. You can order this shirt. Actually comes in two colors. This one's pretty bright. There's a muted blue, and you can order your size, your socks, your water bottle, whatever you qualify for. We'll make sure to get that code out to you on the 24th, and you'll be able to have everything in hand for Awareness Month. The Awareness Month toolkits. So we've got the marketing one. That's the one that has everything you need. Talking about fundraising, we also wanted to make sure you had specifically what you would need here. So whether it is your team or your individual fundraising efforts, well, we've got stuff for you. We've got timelines. We've got goal setting sheets. We've got thinking through who will donate to me, my dad, my best friend, and can start writing some of those out and plotting, how am I going to get to $500 to get my water bottle? Or how am I going to get to $100 to get my t-shirt? The toolkit will have goal setting sheets. It'll have tips. It'll have some of the pre-written content, again, which is in the other toolkit as well, but this one's specific for fundraising. So you just customize it and post. Why do people give? Ultimately, because you ask. They want to support you. Most of the time, it's not the organization, though we hope they really care about us. They really care about you. It's the relationship they have with you, your story, your passion, your reason for caring about brain injury. That's what motivates people to join. Fundraising isn't begging. It's just an invitation for people to join you in something that's important to you. Incentives. I know I keep talking about them. I'm wearing them. So this year we do have the 2026 Awareness Month shirt. It does come in this or kind of a heathered blue. We've got the Awareness Month socks. I know I flung them up there earlier, but Awareness Month socks, especially if you're going to talk to your legislators during the month, put them socks on. Good socks, always fun. And then at $500, you also get the water bottle. So I love water bottles. I have children, so my water bottles always go missing. But that one I want to keep in hand to make sure my teenage boys never run out the door with it and lose it. But they're cumulative. You don't get one and not the rest. You get them all. So you can just keep fundraising. If you do fundraise, you get your t-shirt by February 23rd. And then later you hit 250, 500. The final deadline is April 15th. So you would get a code to order the rest of your items as well. If you are attending the national conference on March 9th through 11th, this beanie is actually if you are signed up and raise $100 before you get there or before we move into Day on the Hill and you're meeting with your Congress people and senators. You can get your beanie from our table on Monday and Tuesday. Reminder, there are only a few spots left. Email conferences@biausa.org. Starting a team. I know there were a lot of questions, but how do I start a team? I have very little here on this slide, but I would love to talk to you, and the entire development team would be happy to help. So there is a toolkit for it that helps walk through. Those are, if you ever go, well, I've got it here a few times. Most of you probably already been there at give.biausa.org/awareness day 2026. You'll get that link. Don't worry. You have the options of creating a team, signing up individually, and then there are toolkits. In the middle bar, you can download the team captain one to help you kind of figure out, where do I even start? Who do I ask? When do I do this? And then there is the individual one if you do that as well. So, but again, contact me. I will have my scheduling link sent out right after this. Find some time with me and we can walk through, what does that even look like? How do I do this? I know a lot of teams start one year and then just grow year after year after year because it's fun. It's a great time to get everybody together. They bring momentum and just a good time. Some people do walks, you can always do the bake sales. I would say jeans days. I remember doing jeans days, but I don't feel like that's really a thing anymore. I think I wear jeans every day. So anything that seems fun for you, your family, your company, it's a great way to get involved. Timeline. So we're in February, kickoff today. We've got the early incentive deadline coming up on Monday at noon Eastern Daylight Time. Team captains, this is the time to talk to me, start inviting your team captains to join you, and everybody announce this. Get that first post out. The Brain Injury Awareness Month is just a week away. So it's time for everybody to stand up and pay attention. Then in March, we've got Awareness Month. We launched with the conference. This is a great time during our conference. If you're connected on our social media, our teams will be posting all the time. It is really a great time to just reshare that post, add your 2 cents to it, and get it out to everybody. We'll be doing some great things there, and I'm excited to see all the joy that's going to come out of that time together. And then rotate emails, text, calls. You don't have to be calling every other day. It is nice living in the digital age when you're not mailing out letters. I remember mailing out letters and then with envelopes, people are sending checks back. You can kind of rotate the technology here. So whether you want to text, again, note the text, you've got to be logged into your website on your phone. Otherwise, the option doesn't show up, but easy to email. I really probably only call the people I want to bug at the end, and like my brother who hasn't given, and I know he should. I'll give him a call, but usually that's something if I'm comfortable, I'll give him a call, but I really rely on technology. And then social media updates as your efforts grow, as you get your socks, as you get your water bottle, and thanking each gift. And then in April, we will wrap it all up. You will wrap it up by thanking everybody who donated to you. If you're short on your goal and you just need $25 more to get that water bottle, it's a great time to do that kind of last minute post. And then April 15th is the incentive deadline. Fundraising can still come in, but we do have to close down the incentives and get those codes out to everybody. And we are to question answer time. And now I have to figure out all that technology that I said I use all the time to make sure if people have questions, that we can get those answered before we go today.